continuing with 3.2 exercise of circle chapter of standard 10, and we will begin with activity. So the first activity is given on page number 56. Page number 56 of your textbook, in which we have to draw a circle and the center of the circle is X. We have to draw a point on the circle and consider it as Y. XY will be the radius of the circle. Now draw another circle which has the radius Z, and draw in such a way both the circle touch each other, and they touch each other at the point Y, and YZ is the radius of this circle. Now draw a line which passes from the point Y, and this line is L. This line L is tangent to the circle with center X. This line L is also tangent to the circle with center Z. Line L, which is passing through point Y, is perpendicular to XZ. Line L is perpendicular to XZ. So, line L is a common tangent to both the circle when they are touching at one point, that is Y. Now children, we will go for the second activity. Children, draw a circle with center Z according to second activity. This is your center Z. Draw another circle with center X. Okay. Now you see here, both the circle are touching at one point. The radius of the bigger circle is YZ. Both the circle are touching at one point, that is Y, and the radius of the bigger circle is YZ, and the radius of the smaller circle is XY. And if I make a line L, this line L will be perpendicular to YZ at point Y. Now here both the circle are touching internally at point Y. These are the two activities. This is one activity and second activity from the page number 56. Here both the centers are one side of the circle, one side of the line, which is touching the circle. Line L is touching the circle, and both the centers of the circle are to one side of the line. And in this case, the line is touching both the circle, but both the points are to either side of the line. And this line is the tangent to both the circle. Here also, this line is the tangent to both the circle. Now children, we will be discussing the theorem from before the exercise 3.2. The theorem says if two circles touch each other, this is circle with center X and this is the circle with center Z. So if two circles touch each other, so these two circles are touching at the point Y. Same way, one circle is with center X, that is a big circle, and one circle with center Z, that is a small circle. Both touch each other at the point Y. Now both the circles are touching each other. Now we want to prove that touch each other of, if two circles touch each other, their point of contact, where they are touching each other, that point will lie on the line, and that line join the centers of the circle. Here This is the point where both the circles are touching each other. So this point will lie on the line which will pass through their center. This is the center. This is the center. So this point is lying on this line. This is what we want to prove. So this is the point Y where both the circles are touching, and this is the center X and this is the center Z. So if I join these two centers, the point which touches the circle, the point where both the circles are touching each other, that point will lie on that line. This is what we want to prove. So given is what? Two circles touch each other. Circles touch each other. At point Y. To prove point Y lie on line XZ. XZ is the line which join both the center. XZ is the line which join both the center. Let us begin the solution. See here. Let us assume let line L be tangent. So if line L is tangent, then what? If line L is tangent, L will be perpendicular to XY, because tangent and radius theorem. Tangent theorem. Tangent is always perpendicular to the radius. So line L is a tangent. I assumed line L is a tangent assumed. So line L will be perpendicular to XY. Similarly, line L also will be perpendicular to YZ, because YZ is the radius. YZ is the radius. Okay, XY is the radius. So line L is going to be perpendicular to this. Line L is going to be perpendicular to YZ. Therefore, now pay attention. Let me write here P. PYX, angle PYX is equal to angle PYZ 90 degree. Okay. So if this is 90, this is 90. If I add both the angles, angle PYX plus angle PYZ is going to be 180 degree. Both the line will be opposite, and therefore line point X, Y, Z lie on one line. Similarly here, X, Y, P, Z, Y, P 90 degree. So all the 3 points lie on one line. Hence proved. So children, what we should remember, first point is point of contact of two circles. Now only we saw point of contact of two circles lie on line. Which line? Which joins the centers. Joins the centers. Whether they are external touching or whether they are internal touching. Secondly, when circles are touching externally, distance between their centers equal to sum of their radius. Sum of their radii. Like this. See. This is one circle and this is another circle touching each other at one point. This is the circle with center x. This is the circle with center y. So what will be the distance between their center? This radius plus another radius. This is r1, this is r2. So I can say xy is equal to r1 plus r2. And third point is, if the circle touch internally, circles touch internally, means this is the figure. What would be the distance? This is the radius of the smaller circle and this is the radius of the bigger circle. If this point is x, this point is y, what would be the distance between these two centers? It would be, let us say it is z, okay, y, and it is touching at point z. So xz is the radius of big circle and yz is the radius of smaller circle. So what is the distance? It would be xz minus yz. xz is r1, yz is r2. So xz minus yz. xz means big radius minus small radius will give you this, which is equal to xy. xz is what? r1. r1 minus yz. r2 is equal to xy. xy is what? Distance between the two centers. Now 3.2 exercise, first sum. What does the sum say? There are two circles which has the radius 3.5 centimeter and 4.8 centimeter. They touch each other internally, inside. Find the distance between their centers. Now before this I have discussed, if the circles touch internally each other, what would be the distance between their centers? The distance between their centers would be the difference between their radii. Now here the bigger circle radius is 4.8 centimeter and the smaller circle radius is 3.5 centimeter. Now first let me draw the figure. I like to draw the figure and explain. That gives you better understanding. So this is the bigger circle which has radius 4.8 centimeter, children. Now I'll be drawing a circle which has radius of 3.5 centimeter. Suppose I am drawing a smaller on the center. Okay, the diameter would be 3.5 plus 3.5. Suppose 3.5, that would be 7 centimeter. So 7 means it would be here, more than 4.8. Therefore I am drawing like this. Okay. So the smaller circle has the radius 3.5. Let me draw it here. This is the center of the smaller circle from here to here. Let me label it as C. So CB is the radius of the smaller circle and which is 3.5. And AB is the radius of the bigger circle. So we want to know what is the distance between the centers of these two circles. Centers are which? This. These two centers. So what is the distance between these two centers? As previously discussed, if the circles are touching internally, so what will be the step? We will say circles, we will write here, circle touch internally. Internally. It is given. Okay, the first point. Second point, radius of bigger circle is equal to 4.8 centimeter. Reason given. and radius of smaller circle is 3.5 centimeter. Reason is given, and therefore distance between their center, distance between their centers is equal to radius of bigger circle minus radius of smaller circle. So 4.8 minus 3.5 centimeter. Now how to do subtraction, children? I will show you here, because here the points are there and children are bound to make mistake. 4.8, 3.5, 8 minus 5 is 3, 4 minus 3 is 1. So the distance between the centers of both the circle will be 1.3 centimeter, which is equal to 1.3 centimeter. You can pause the video, children, and you can solve this. Now 3.2 exercise, children, and the second sum. Two circles of radii 5.5 centimeter and 4.2 centimeter. They touch each other externally. Now here one circle I have already drawn. Let me draw another circle. Okay. So they are touching externally at one point. Say this point be C. They touch each other at the point C. The radius of one circle is 5.5. Okay, children. This is 5.5 centimeters, children. And the center of this circle is B. The center of this circle is A. And radius of this circle is 4.2 centimeter. What is the distance between their centers? So we have already discussed, children, the circles when they touch each other externally at one point, the distance between the centers of their circle would be equal to sum of their radius. So here AB is equal to AC plus CB, AC plus CB, which is equal to AC is 4.2. See here, AC is 4.2. So we can write 4.2 plus CB is 5.5. 5.5 total when we want to do it, it will be 9.7 centimeter. So distance between the centers of the two circles which touch each other externally is 9.7. So AB is 9.7. You can write down distance between centers of circles with radii with centers A and B. Always have a habit of drawing the diagram and then solving. It becomes easy for you to write the steps. Now 3.2 exercise, question number 3, children. Now question number 3 says if two circles have the radii 4 centimeter and 2.8 centimeter. So we need to draw the figure of these two circles when they touch each other externally and internally. So externally, let me draw the figure externally. This is one circle. I haven't drawn the diagram. Let me have the center of this circle as A and another circle with center B. One circle has, let me draw this as a smaller because it is 2.8 centimeter. This is 4 centimeter. So radius of first circle is 4 centimeter. Another circle has a radius 2.8. So it will be smaller radius. Circle also will be small. Let the center be B and the radius of the circle is 2.8 centimeter given. This is the radius. So this is the figure. We can say, and C is the point where both the circles are touching each other at the point C externally. Circle with center A and B touch each other, right on this step, touch each other at C. Can we have a discussion of the distance between the centers? We can easily say they are touching each other externally at C, so we can sum the distance between of the radii and we can find the distance between the centers of the circle. So what it will be? AC plus CB, which is equal to 6.8 centimeter. Now next figure, they have asked only to draw the figure, but just for your revision I have added in it internally. So one circle is 4 centimeter radius. Let me draw a circle with the 4 centimeter radius. So this is the circle which has a distance, which has a center as O and its radius is 4 centimeter. Now another circle is there which has the radius 2.8. Now half of this will be 2. So it has a radius 2.8 means it will be more than this. So somewhere here center would be, and we need to draw the circle. 2.8 and 2.8. It will be 16, 5.6. So diameter will be more than this, na? You understood what I mean to say? See, here what? The radius of bigger circle is 4 centimeter and radius of smaller circle is 2.8 and they are touching internally. So 2.8 and 2.8 diameter would be 5.6. 5.6 means somewhere it would be more than 4. It would not touch here. The circle, smaller circle will not come here, touch this point, because it is more than 4 centimeter. 5.6 diameter of smaller circle would be 5.6 and therefore our circle is here. See, if I take this circle and draw here, suppose it would be here, then what would be the diameter of the circle? 4 centimeter. But the diameter is how much? 5.6, na? So the circle which is internal would come outside the radius of the larger circle. Are you getting me? The radius of large circle is 4 centimeter. From here to here it is 4 centimeter. And the radius of small circle is 2.8, means 2.8. Double of 2.8 is 5.6. So from here to here is 5.6 distance. So it will be more than 4 now. This point will not come here or this point will not come over here. It would be beyond the center of bigger circle. Clear? Children, are you getting me? So, the smaller circle radius is P. Let me take it as P. And from here to here it is 2.8 centimeter. From here to here it is 4 centimeter. And this is the diagram where the circles are touching internally. You can pause the video, children, and draw the diagram. 3.2, question number 4. In figure 3.27 of textbook, there are two circles which are having the center P and center Q. They touch each other at point R. There is a line passing through the through R. Through this R, a line is passing, and it meets the circle at A and at B. We have to prove that line AP and line QB are parallel to each of this. This is the line AP, I am drawing pink, children, and this is the line QB, which is also pink in color. Now if you go to see this circle, AP and PR are the radii of the same circle. So I can write first point, AP is equal to PR, radii of same circle. Same circle. Now second point means this line is equal to this line. So if these two lines in this triangle are equal, I can say that this angle is equal to this angle. Two sides are equal and this is an isosceles triangle, therefore two angles will be equal. So we can write angle PAR is equal to angle ARP, isosceles triangle. Angles of isosceles triangle. In isosceles triangle, if two sides are equal, suppose this is isosceles triangle, two sides are equal, so base angle will be equal. Base angles of isosceles triangles are equal. Here this triangle is inverted. So these are the base angle of the triangle. These sides are equal. Now I will take this triangle. In triangle RQB, again you see RQ is equal to QB. I can say third one. RQ is equal to QB, radii of same circle. So if this is equal to this, the base angles will be equal. So we can say this angle, how to label? QRB. Angle QRB is equal to QBR. Angle QBR. Again, what will I write? Angles of isosceles triangle. Now children, see, I will number it. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, 1 is equal to 2. This angle 1 is equal to angle 2. And angle 3 is equal to angle 4. One is equal to 2, 3 is equal to 4. What about 2 and 3? Angle 2 will be equal to angle 3, vertically opposite angle. I can write fifth point. Angle ARB. How to label 2? ARB. Angle ARB is equal to angle QRB. Sorry, ARP. ARP is equal to QRB. Angle QRB. Vertically opposite angle. So now see here, 1 is equal to 2, 2 is equal to 3 and 3 is equal to 4. So what about 1 and 4? 1 will be equal to 4. So 1 will be equal, since 1 is equal to 2 and 4 is equal to 3, so 2 will be equal to 3. And 2 is equal to 3, vertically opposite angle, so 1 will be equal to 4. So I can write here, let me rub it. So I can write angle RAP, that is one angle, is equal to QBR. Angle QBR. From where? From this point and from this point. From fifth and from second point, which we have it here. Okay. But these are which angles? But these are alternate angle. Alternate angles. If AB is a transversal. If AB is transversal. So therefore AP is parallel to QB. AP is parallel to Q. You can pause and you can learn it. Now second is triangle APR similar to triangle APR similar to triangle RQB. We want to prove triangle APR similar to RQB. See children, in this two triangle we have already proved that all these four angles are equal to one another. All these four angles are equal to one another. See how? Again, if this sum is there, this question is there, again we shall start. The first point, AP is equal to PR, radii of same circle. Okay. Now, isosceles triangle, angle PAR is congruent to angle PRA. PRA. See, I am taking this angle. So this should be in the middle. I am taking this angle. So this should be in the middle. Angles of isosceles triangle. Okay. And now third point, QR is equal to QB. Reason, radii of same circle. Therefore, QRB, isosceles triangle it is. I want this angle. So QRB is equal to angle QBR. If I am taking this angle, I must take it in the middle. This angle, then I must take it in the middle. QRB, QBR. Angles of isosceles triangle. Now, these two angles are equal vertically opposite. Fourth point. Angle ARP is equal to angle QRB, vertically opposite angle, and line PRQ is a collinear line, and therefore they are vertically opposite angle. Now what happens? These two angles are equal to one another, and angle A is equal to angle B. Now fifth point would be, since all this angle is equal to this angle is equal to this, these two are equal to one another, therefore angle 1 will be equal to angle 4. Angle PAR is equal to angle QBR. Angle QBR. From which points we got this? This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Let me write here. PAR is 1, and this is 2, this angle is 3, ARP is equal to QRB. So QRB is 3 angle. ARP is 2 angle. PAR is 1. QBR is 3. Now see here, angle 1 is equal to angle 2 and angle 3 is equal to angle 4. This is the third angle. See, third angle is equal to fourth angle. So, and 2 angle is equal to 3 angle. 2 angle is equal to 3 angle here. See, 1 is equal to 2, 2 is equal to 3 and 3 is equal to 4. So what about 1 and 4? 1 and 4 will be. Okay. So, from where we got this? We got this from 2, 3 and 4. 4, yeah. 2, 3 and 4. So 1 will be equal to PR will be equal to QBR, that is 4. QBR. So from 2 point, this point, the third point and the fourth point, we can say this angle is equal to this angle. See, this angle is equal to this angle is equal to this angle. Therefore, this triangle is similar to this triangle. So we can say triangle APR is similar to triangle QBR by angle test. See children, there shouldn't be any confusion in it. See, 1 is equal to 2, 3 is equal to 4, but 2 is equal to 3, therefore 1 is equal to 4. What means this angle is equal to this angle? So we are able to prove that these two triangles are similar. Now we go for the next question. You can pause the video children and you can write it down. The next question is, find RQB if PR is 35. Find RQB, angle RQB, if angle PAR is equal to 35 degree. Angle PAR is 35. RQB you want to find out? RQB, if PAR is 35 degree. That means this angle is 35 degree. We know children, we have proved that PAR, angle PAR is equal to 35 degree given. Okay. So what about this angle? It will also be 35 degree because isosceles triangle. So angle ARP will also be 35 degree. What about this angle? This angle is vertically opposite angle. So QRB, angle QRB will be equal to 35 degree. Now what about this angle? Because QRB is equal to QBR. Angle QBR is equal to 35 degree. Because this angle is equal to this angle. We have earlier proved from what point. You can pause the video and you can write down those points from where you got it. Okay, from which point you got, all those points are mentioned before. So you can write down that from which point you have got it and you are getting QBR is equal to 35 degree. Once again, let me see it. RQB, we want to find out RQB, yes. Now we got this as 35 degree and this also as 35 degree. We want to find out this angle. Okay. So what we will do, now you can see this triangle. So in triangle RQB, this angle plus this angle plus this angle is equal to 180 degree. So I can write down angle QRB plus angle QBR plus RQB is equal to 180 degree. Sum of the angle of a triangle. Sum of angles of triangle is equal to 180 degree. Okay? This angle plus this angle plus this angle is equal to 180 degree. So I wrote it. Now you write down the values here and you get the value for RQB. RQB. See. Now this QRB. QRB is 35 degree. Plus QBR. QBR is 35 degree. Plus RQB is equal to 180 degree. 70 plus angle RQB is equal to 180 degree. So angle RQB, children, 180 minus 70, which will be 110 degree. 3.2, question number 5, children. You can see the figure here. There is a circle with center A and there is a circle with center B. The circle with center A has the radius 4 cm and the circle with center B has the radius 6 cm. There is a common tangent L to both the circle, which is touching at point C and at point D, and we need to find out the length of the line CD. Now look at this figure, children. Let me start from here. AC is radius. AC is perpendicular to CD because AC is radius and CD is tangent. And this is given. Therefore, angle this DCA is equal to 90 degree. Now in this angle CDB is also equal to 90 degree. Why? Because CD is tangent and DB is radius. This is 90 degree, this is 90 degree. Now I am going to draw a line perpendicular to DB. So here draw a line AM perpendicular to DB. So this will be angle AMD is equal to 90 degree, and reason is construction. This is the first point, second point, third point. So in this quadrilateral, CAMD, if I add all the angles, I can get this angle. See, like that also you can see this is 90, this is 90, this is 90. So fourth angle will be equal to 90 degree. 9 2s are 18, 9 3s are 27, 270 degree, and plus 90 will be 360 degree. So we can say in quadrilateral CAMD, angle CAM is equal to 90 degree, fourth angle of quadrilateral. So therefore CAMD is a parallelogram because each angle is 90 degree, and in a parallelogram, if it is a parallelogram or if it is a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. CAMD is a parallelogram and each angle is 90 degree. Therefore, I can say CAMD is a rectangle. I can easily say it is a rectangle. CAMD is a rectangle because each angle is 90 degree, and in a rectangle opposite sides are equal. So I can say CA is equal to DM, opposite sides of rectangle. So CA is how much? 4. So how much will be DM? DM also will be 4 because CA is 4, DM also will be 4. So I can say CA equal to DM is equal to 4 centimeter. This I got 4. This total is 6. See, DM plus MB is equal to 6. That is DB. Because DMB are collinear. We can add them. And DM we got 4. So now we will be getting MB. DB is equal to 6. We know the radius is given as 6. We can write here DB is equal to 6 given radius. So MB I will be getting 6 minus 4, which is equal to 2. I got MB as 2. Let me write it and box it with the colored chalk. So MB we got as 2. Now in this triangle, AB we can get easily. See, AB. Children, AB is the distance between the two centers of the circle. See, A is here, B is here, and both the circles are touching here at this point. So I can find out AB. Let me mark this point as D, not D, C, D, okay, P, N, N. So I can say AN plus NB, AN plus NB is equal to how much? AN is equal to 4 centimeter because radius of this circle, and NB is equal to 6 centimeter. You can see radius of bigger circle. So we get 10. That is AB. AN plus NB is equal to AB. So I can write here AB is equal to 10. We got AB 10. Now if you go to see, this AB is 10 and this is 2 and this is 90 degree. See, let me draw this triangle here. This is 90 degree and this is A and this is B. AB is 10 and this is M. MB is 2. I need to find out AM. And why I need to find out AM? Because AM is the side of the quadrilateral CAMD and AM is equal to CD. CAMD is a rectangle and opposite sides of rectangle are congruent. Once I get AM, that would be the length of CD because CD is equal to AM. So I can get AM here. Now you can see this figure. This is 90 degree, this is 2 and this is 10. Yes, I think you know it and 100% the formula will be Pythagoras theorem. Since it is having 90 degree, so we will be using Pythagoras theorem in this triangle. I am rubbing this. You can pause and you can write down. So now I write in triangle. Let me rub here so there will be no confusion. So in triangle AMB, angle M is equal to 90 degree. That is because we have done the construction. Okay. So by Pythagoras theorem. By Pythagoras theorem. So AN square. In Pythagoras theorem, children, you know, sum of the perpendicular sides is equal to hypotenuse. In triangle ANB, I will take AM square plus MB square is equal to AB square. AB square is equal to AM square plus MB square. Now you see AM we want to find out. AM square plus MB square is 2 square is equal to AB is how much? 10 square, because AB is 10. So 10 square, and AM square plus 4 is equal to 100. So AM square is equal to 100 minus 4, which is equal to 96. So AM square is equal to 96. Now you know how to remove the square root. You will be removing the square and you will be placing the root here. So AM is equal to I place here square and I get it here 96. So I remove the square and place the square root here. So AM is equal to 96. Now you have to factorize it. 96, 2 4s are 8, 2 8s are 16, 2 2s are 2 4s are 2 1s are 2s are 2 6s are 2 3s are 3 1s are. So we are getting 2 into 2 into 2, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5 into 3, 1 2 3 4 5, 2 times. See, this factorization you have learned in 8th standard, children. 2 4s are 8, 1 carry, 2 8s are 16, 2 2s are 4, 2 4s are 8, 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, 2 6s are 12, 2 3s are 6, 1. Now which are paired, they can come out of the root. So 2, since it is 2 times, they come out of the root. 1 time, 2 times, so they come out of the root. 2 and 3 will remain in the root. 2 3s are 6. So answer is 4 root 6. So AM is equal to 4 root 6. But AM is equal to CD. Why? Because CAMD we have already proved. It is a rectangle. And in a rectangle, opposite sides are equal. So I can write here. Let me write it here. CA is equal to, CD is equal to AM, opposite sides of rectangle, opposite sides of rectangle, and therefore CD is equal to 4 root 6. This is the final answer, children. We wanted to find out CD, and whenever you want, children, you can pause, you can rewind, and you can watch if you don't understand, and you can comment wherever you have doubt, and also suggest. All the suggestions are welcome. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you, children.